Two things I say, give me more fire, go for no fire. Place upon me, get a pretty don't tire. Give me more fire, go for no fire. Put upon me, get a pretty don't tire. Hit the man, go like my shorty. I big blow, I will see you rock your body. Hit the man, go that's my shorty. You too nasty, your body love me.
One look, go down, baby. Break your back, I won't go there, baby. One look, go down, baby. Break your back, I won't go there, baby. One slow, go down, baby. Break your back, I won't go there, baby. One slow, go down, baby. Break your back, I won't go there, baby.
Someone know for the things that you doing with the cost in the morning. I want to know the thing that you doing with it last in the morning time. I want to know the thing that you doing with it cost.
Lapu's Kitchen.
You're looking for a cute girl.
A Liberian-owned business operated by Johnson and Wales University's trained chef, Joyce Matowia, is your dining away from home. At Lapu's Kitchen, we prepare all kinds of Liberian cuisines, including fried and rare oil potatoes green, kidney beans, palava sauce, fever leaves, and a lot more. We also make rice bread, meat pies, cookies, Benesi candies, and all kinds of pastry products. Place in your order online today from anywhere in the US at www.lorpuktchen.com. The good news is your package is sealed in an insulated cooling box and reaches your destination well preserved and fresh. Save yourself the stress and order the best from a professional chef. Lapu's Kitchen keeps your fingers licking.
Make you smile, Angelina.
After party, party after party.
There's one place, and that place is the place you can find all your party supply. It's Models D Party Supply on Camp Johnson Road. It's Models D Party Supply. Has all and every kinds of party supplies you need, ranging from party dishes, plastic tablecloths, Disney party banners for kids, flowers for weddings and parties, balloons, different colors and sizes, party dishes, different colors and sizes, gift wrap papers. We also do the following: rental services, chairs, tables, chair covers, table runners, and chair sarge. You can find them all. Models D Party Supply. Our quality products bring you in, and our low prices bring you back. That's why we are Models D Party Supplies. Contact us on Camp Johnson Road, Monrovia, Liberia, next to Yes Transport, or call us on 0777 671 814. 0886 777 665.
Makeup, they say, increases people's perception of a woman's likability, competence, and trustworthiness. That's why I introduce to you Major Millions Beauty and Market. Major Millions Beauty and Market has the best skin and hair care products. The beauty parlor also has hair accessories, including hairspray, hair gel, and hair dryer, makeup palettes, Major Millions customized lip gloss, shoes, bags, concealers, blushes, and a lot more. Guess what? Major Millions Beauty and Market has on sale well-packaged African products to include your favorite cuisine, cassava leaves, potato greens, palava sauce, palm butter, etc. Customers purchasing goods worth over 100 United States dollars will have free delivery once they are 15 minutes drive away from our location. Locate us at 10 Chestnut Drive, Elton, Maryland, 21921. Better still, call us on cell numbers 302-316-6813 or log onto our website www.majormillionsbeautysupply.com. Major Millions Beauty Supply. We move.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first annual Liberian Choice Awards. It's the ultimate celebrating event awards that features competitive, popular Liberian artists this year with special performances by May Myers, D-Money, Gigi Famous, V-Love, Free Bassa, and Punch Line. Your special guest appearance, Honorable Henry Pedro Costa. Official MCs and hosts, your star power, Sissy Maintain, and DJ Finest. Your red carpet host, African Bobby. All sounds will be provided by DJ Stella B, DJ Rufus, and DJ Gam. Our special global guest, MD Luther Rahman Hemu of Bangladesh. Well, don't miss it. Join the Liberian Choice Award this year, Saturday, September 4, Labor Day weekend. Venue, the Franklin Junior Auditorium, 4801 Franklin Avenue, this 1 hour. Red carpet starts 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Award ceremony is 4:10 p.m. to 8:10 p.m. Your ballroom celebration, Baymount Hotel, 8:30 p.m. to 1:15 a.m. 6221 Willow Creek Avenue, this 1 hour. Grab your tickets. 75 United States dollars. VIP at the door is 100 United States dollars. Regular 35 United States dollars. At the door is 50 United States dollars. So come, let's celebrate this year our first annual Liberian Choice Awards.
I said, honey, have you heard about the Global Net TV?
Oh, yes, sweetheart. I read about them. At GlobalNet ITV, they provide superior television services with endless selections of TV channels and many options to include live TV.
That's a great news.
Yes, they provide news, entertainment, premier sports like NBA, American football, major soccer leagues, movies, and favorite TV shows with endless content and no service interruptions.
Sweetheart, is that all?
No, they also have adult content included with parental guidance. Also, check out their 6-month plan for only $96 and their 12-month plan for only $176. Wow, honey, isn't that a great news?
Yes, but sweetheart, how can we get in touch?
Yes, you can contact us at 226-946-1090 or visit our website at www.globalnetitv.com.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure, and start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code PASTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
All right. Good morning and welcome to the program. You're listening to the Costa Show. Today is the first day of September 2021. We've got exactly 4 more months to go before the year 2021 is up. And we're very glad to be here. We thank God for seeing the month 2021. The month September. The year is about to end. 2021 just started. When we entered the year 2021, today is the beginning of the last 4 months in the year. What does that tell you, folks? Time waits for no man. Time flies, waits for no man. Yep. That's the one thing we can never have enough of, time. I want to say good morning, good afternoon,
good evening. Depends where you are in the world. And the time in mine in Delaware, where I am coming to you from, is 3:34 a.m. The time in Monrovia, Liberia, is 7:34 a.m. Good morning, George. Where's Buckeye?
Good morning, cuz. It's good to be here this morning. Progress on your way coming due to the heavy rain this morning.
Okay. So yesterday I heard that the government of Liberia released the autopsy report into the death of the truck driver, Aliyu Sharif, I believe that's his full name. George.
Yeah.
For almost a week, I stopped hearing that little noise, like the little background noise. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't from my end.
I will check it out. Sure.
Now I'm hearing it, so I don't know. Try to do some adjustments there and see from your end.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like hearing any kind of noise. So the government said, I haven't read the report yet, but they had a press conference yesterday at the Ministry of Information, and I am told that the autopsy report concluded that the truck driver who was involved in a physical altercation with several police officers died of injuries sustained from that physical altercation with the police officers. That is what the autopsy report concluded, that Brother Sharif died as the result of injuries he sustained from the fight with the police officers. Now, that is serious. Now, to be honest with you, I was very shocked that we don't trust the government. We all know it's not just this government, it's all governments, all Liberian governments cannot be trusted. They always lie and they always manipulate and twist and these things, whether it's an autopsy report or whether it's some kind of audit report, some kind of investigation report. Most often, these reports never truly paint the picture or realistic picture of what happened. But yesterday, to my utmost shock, not even surprise, because surprise would be an understatement, they said, the government, I mean, that the truck driver, Brother Sharif, died as a result of the injuries he sustained from that physical fight with police officers. That means the Liberian government is liable. They're responsible. I was shocked. Now we wait to see what happens. We wait to see what happens. We wait to see what the government will do in terms of making a deal with the family, because Brother Sharif is not coming back. He's dead and he's gone. He's dead and he's gone. So we wait to see what they will do with the family. In terms of compromising. That's all you can do. Wrongful death. They killed the man. They killed the man. Those police officers should never, ever serve in the Liberian National Police. They should also go to jail. And the government should pay the family of the late Brother Sharif an insane amount of money. They should do that. So yesterday I came across something. A number of LDA agents were supposedly fired or suspended. They work for the LDA. For those of you who do not know what the LDA, the LDA is the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, LDA. Now, the agents of the LDA wrote a joint complaint. I mean, those agents, the ones that they were fired or they were suspended, they wrote a complaint to the Liberian Senate. To the Senate Standing Committee, the Senate Standing Committee on National Security, Defense, and Intelligence. From the aggrieved, dismissed LDEA officers. They were dismissed, they are aggrieved, and this is a complaint filed. The subject of the complaint, appeal for investigation at the LDEA for constant drug scandal involving the director and deputy director for operations. That's what they said. The LDEA officers that were suspended, that were fired, they were dismissed. They're claiming to the Liberian Senate that the deputy director for operations and the director himself are engaged in a constant habit of stealing drugs and marijuana, because you know marijuana is not a drug, it's not a narcotic drug. Marijuana is in the hemp is a herbal substance. It's not a drug in that sense. They're claiming that these people are in the habit of stealing drugs and marijuana that are confiscated by the DEA, the LDEA, and then they go on and sell them to drug dealers. George, ain't I that kind of story before? When they catch people with drugs, they can go sell it. Ain't you not here before, George?
Yes, yeah.
What? The officers that they fired are now saying the same thing. That's what their bosses can do. Let me read a little bit of this. They're saying that the bosses are involved in the disappearance of several narcotic substances that were arrested and seized by junior officers and brought to the national headquarters of the DEA on separate dates. Equipment donated by our partners, the UNODC, INL, were also seen leaving the LDEA headquarters and transported by the special assistant to the director general. So we're saying these people steal equipment too, donated equipment. They said when the desk officers asked a special assistant, where you're taking this stuff, he said that he was instructed by the director general to take the items to make a donation to a school. Kindly see attached photographs to substantiate the claims. So they attach pictures. The guys go on to say they were dismissed by the director general for alleged recycling of drugs and giving speedy trial. Now they said some of them were disrupted, investigated and dismissed within 72 hours, but not in the case of Sergeant Alfred Jala, who is a special assistant to the Deputy Director General. That's count one. Count two, these guys are claiming that 45 tubes of cocaine Okay, 45 tubes of cocaine. I don't know what a tube looks like, but they are saying 45 tubes of crack cocaine. Yep, were kept in the Deputy Director General's office and mysteriously disappeared. And Special Agent Alfred Jala, who serves as Special Assistant to the Deputy Director for Operations, was suspended and sent for investigation. Now, this is a grave allegation. But the point is, these DEA officers, they didn't make these claims until they were fired.
Sure.
Do they have any credibility? Might they be right? Might their allegations, their claims be accurate, be correct, be right? They might. But why didn't they speak out ever since?
Because is it that because they were waiting for the investigation to be concluded or what?
Well, maybe they were hoping that the investigation would not have led to their dismissal. So because they were fired, are they disgruntled? Are they aggrieved and disgruntled employees who are complaining? But brother, you've heard this before. DEA, at the LDEA, the guys, when they seize the drugs, they sell them. That's what we've heard. We've been hearing this. I wouldn't be surprised. Liberia is corrupt to the core, and corruption happens right across the government. Doesn't matter where you are, it happens. Very, very sad. Extremely sad. What news in town, Waka?
Well, like you previously stated yesterday, the Ministry of Justice and the Liberia National Police came up with the autopsy and
the autopsy report.
The autopsy report, and they ordered the rearrest of officers that got involved with the fighting between they and the truck driver, so they can forward them to court because of what that happened. So that was one of the major issue in Liberia yesterday, and that just basically it.
So Vaga, why do you think they didn't tamper with his autopsy report?
Well, is it? I don't know if it was because of the tension, the protests.
That might be a factor.
Yeah, and
because you and I both know that the government of Liberia never gives any accurate report into anything.
And
sometimes they don't give any report at all.
Yeah, I don't know if it was because of the tribalism too that was a little bit attached to it.
What do you mean?
Well, the folks or people from the Dingo background says that their colleague, killed. So they
their kinsman. Their kinsman.
Yeah, they came out in enormous charter buses, trucks, and went to the police HQ.
Oh yeah, the Mandingo people came out strong.
And the president saw that as a wake-up call, and also send Kalasco, send people.
Yeah. You have a point. Is it that you gotta look? You see the thing about the Mandingo people? They know how to hold together. The way they came out, though, they organized themselves. They came out in the buses and trucks. It was not easy. And Joey had sent Kalasco to try to pacify them, and then they organized it. So it might be because they're afraid of the Mandingo people, because of the way they organized themselves and came out. They were not joking.
Sure.
So the government said, you know what? The police officer had this situation, and not big government official, and so let's just tie the policemen.
Yeah.
That's why these guys need to be careful, because they are very expendable. You are not important. You, the police officers, these guys don't. I mean, you are not Samuel Twain. You are just some insignificant police officers as far as the big shots are concerned. So you need to be very careful, because if you do something to someone, and the government can just they will just feed you to the wolves, and that's what they've done. Okay. They're calling for the rearrest of the officers.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. They're not going to protect them, Waka. They protect Samuel Twain, they protect McGill, they protect the other people, but they're not going to protect you because you're just what? Police officers, insignificant police officers. So I was surprised, Waka, when I heard that the autopsy report concluded that the injuries that were inflicted by the police officers on Brother Sharif were the direct cause of his death. I was like, this is too good to be true for the government of Liberia to say they got it. And another thing, though, it didn't take long. Now, does that not surprise you?
No.
They were very quick.
Yeah, totally.
It was surprising. It didn't take long at all.
It didn't take long, but the protesters gave the government and the president time frame.
They give them an ultimatum. Within this period of time, you must have the audit report.
Sure.
So the government they're afraid of the Mandingo people. Period. Let's just put it that way. That's what it is. The Mandingo people, when they organized themselves, they came out in there. But you know, the people own the transportation business in the country already. You know that.
Sure.
So they brought all their trucks.
They put free buses. They kill a bean.
They got all the killer. Most of the killer beans, those big ugly yellow buses, the school buses. Most of them belong to the Mandingo people. The trucks belong to the Mandingo people. So I mean, you know, I think they did a good thing. You gotta give them. You gotta commend them. I'll man Mike Jabate. Give him a call. I want to hear what he has to say about this. You know, Mike Kalelu Jabate. He was one of the organizers of the protest, and it looks like they might. That's another thing. Chairwoman Frances Power. There were no big names involved. Whenever there are no big names involved, justice will be served. Look, we have the audit report from the $25 million mop-up exercise, where 6 teams from the central bank were given millions and millions of US dollars to go out into the field in places supposedly like Nikru Town, West Point, Soningwen, to buy up Liberian dollars from money changers. And as these teams were given the money, 6 different teams, they would go into the field and they wouldn't account for what they were given, according to the audit report by the GSE. I mean, the clear discrepancy and corruption is clearly written. And where are those people, Baka?
Yeah, still passing around.
They're still working at the central bank. People who are getting millions of dollars in cash to go out into the field to buy Liberian dollars from money changers. They couldn't account for what they were given.
Yeah, we have our
audit report. They're still working.
Khalil on the line this morning. Mike, good morning.
Good morning.
You are live on the Costa Show. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, the autopsy report was released yesterday. What do you guys make of that?
Yes, and because of the pressure we mount on the government, and this is what the autopsy report, they said there was some foul play, and this guy was tortured by the police. So we work on the report, and the 2 police officers, according to the Minister of Justice, they say that they're going to face justice. They're going to take them to court so they can, and face the full weight of the law.
Is that a welcoming news for you?
There is a welcoming news because this government, if you don't put a feet on fire, you will not get results. Because when you have a bunch of crooks that's running the country, when you have a bunch of criminals, the only language you understand is protest. If you sit down and allow the bunch of liars, they will play with you. So the best thing we did, we organized, because they knew that we were about to, come out with another protest. and this coming Friday. There was another protest pending for Friday, but they were so smart and they came out with the report and they said that we can continue to defend the police and they very touched about the brutal actions. So better that than they call the police officer or two.
Mark,
they so happy.
Mark, somebody is saying that it's because there was no big hands involved. That's why the government came up with the autopsy report so quickly and in favor of the family. Why do you make of that also?
And what are they involved on that? We saw the protest that went on. We were planning another protest and to shake the country, to shake President We Are government, to send a signal to the international community that the police are not trained. Even the auditors, because every time, okay, I think it's a victory for us. Even the auditors that got killed up to this time, the police are still investigating. Even the EPS officer that got killed in Capital, they are still investigating. So it's a victory for us, for the government to come out with a social report in favor of us. They know us. They know the group they play with. We don't take it for granted. We don't sit and talk big mouth, no. Because our next protest was on the way this coming Friday. You understand? So they were very smart. We don't just go on radio and talk. They don't even know how we organize that protest. You understand? So it's a victory on our side. Because all the people that have been killed, the auditors and the EPS officers up to this time, the police are still investigating.
Mark, is your institution or organization waiting to do scene for another Kingsman apart from them being on Mandingo? Are you guys willing to go all out to do scene?
Let me correct you on this side. There is not about Mandingo, there is about Liberian. There is not about Mandingo, there is not about tribe, there is not about Islam. There is about Liberian. You understand? If another Liberian get killed, we will do the same. Because these guys are in power, they are pushing jokers. These guys are in power, they take up for granted. They don't respect the masses. They don't respect the interest of the masses. All the guys to carry on is to enjoy themselves, drink enough liquor, eat enough, and have enough sex. They don't care for the masses. It was the masses that elected them. So if I was single Liberian, it's put your life for the police, we will not sit. We will not relent. There is not about Islam, not about Mandingo. There is about Mama Liberia and Liberian.
Okay, let me cross over to Cos. I don't know if you have question for you. Cos, you have any question?
So what I want to know for him is what next?
Mark.
What does the family want now?
Mark Costa is asking what next? What does the family want now?
We have a meeting today at 5 p.m. We will address the journalists today. After the meeting, because we need a body, and we want to organize a funeral and charges for this and you. And after the meeting, maybe you can call me tomorrow and I will give you more details. And let me take this time to thank my good friend and brother President Costa. The last time he did extremely well in the Costa case in Afghanistan in Bakuru County. I think I sent a video to you. The woman very appreciate you and they continue to pray for you. And they will be with you anytime you go, they will go there. And that's the message there. And when you are coming, they always come to stand to welcome you to the Costa. Because then we know how our parents are suffering over there. You get extremely well and look at that. Who comes to bring them to the Costa case? It means that Liberia is your darkness. There is no hospital. People are dying day by day. So thank you. Another question?
No, Mike. No more question for you.
Thank you. Okay, so that's Mike Jabate there talking about the case, the report that was put out yesterday by the government of Liberia. So, Cos, it's over to you.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll follow the situation. Baga, I heard about the unfortunate death of an employee of LAC. You remember that? You heard the story of the guy who, who got ground. He got pulled into the machine, and the machine, basically mashed him to death. Terrible, man. Terrible. Man, I heard about it. They said the machine was giving some trouble, and so they called him to service the machine. And he went to do the servicing, and while he was doing the servicing of the machine, I think somebody else didn't know he was there, and they put the machine on. Yet they switched the machine on while they didn't know the guy was there servicing the machine. So he got pulled into the machine, and it basically grounded him to death. It just smashed him, like a mashed potato or something like that. Terrible. What a painful, terrible way to die. I'm telling you. Very sad.
Yeah. And yesterday again, employees of the House of Representatives, went out to protest again for salary.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, they were all out the main entrance of the Capitol building.
You mean the House of Representatives, not the Senate this time?
Yeah, the House of Representatives. They were out there yesterday again.
Okay, when you say that salary, I mean, what are you talking about? Are they not paid? I mean, have their salaries not been paid or what?
There have been some delay for like 3 months now. They haven't been receiving their salary. So they came out yesterday protesting, like in the main entrance of the Capitol building. And that was it. Probably this morning again, it will be the same thing, because every day is another story at the Capitol building. Every day, people are protesting. So we don't know what may happen again this morning. Since it started yesterday, it may continue this morning.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Now, was it all of the people, or all of the staffers, or just some of them? And what are they talking about? The salaries or benefits?
Salary.
And how many months are they indebted to them?
They are talking about 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
Okay, but listen. So they weren't paid for 3 to 4 months, and they were still working. Okay.
Like Brian Costa, you can always say that. If once you say you are disenchanted and leave your position, another person is waiting to come here and say, yes, I can do it.
So you would just be inside. You be stopping, but you be taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a sad thing. This morning at in 30 minutes time, we will have the president of the United Bassa Association in the Americas, Mr. Trucon Johnson. They're having a convention this weekend in Atlanta, Georgia, and Mr. Trucon Johnson will be our guest this morning. He's running for re-election as president of the association. He will be our guest on the program this morning to talk about why he's running for re-election and things that his administration as president of UNIBWA, what they've done. UNIBWA is the largest Bassa association in the Americas. It's been around for a while, and they're very well organized right across these United States, and they've done a lot of great stuff. I've actually known some of their people, who've been heading this organization. We're gonna go to the phone lines at some point to take some calls. But before we do, let me just sound this out as a caveat. The so-called investigation that's taking place at the LACC involving Kanio Barbala for his role in that situation with the National Port Authority. The guy who's heading the investigation is called Baba Bwaka, or Bwaka Baba, something like that. I think that's his name, Bwaka Baba. Bwaka Baba is a crook. Bwaka Baba was the one person, just one guy that Kanio Bala used the last time when Kanio was involved in that situation where he was doing what they call it, double dipping, where he was being paid his salary from UNDP and at the same time receiving a salary from the LACC for 4 months straight. The only person that conducted the investigation was Bwaka Baba. The rest of the other guys were not involved. So he alone cleared Kanio Bala of any wrongdoing. And in exchange, what Kanio Bala did was to show his appreciation to Baba. He took this guy, Boakai, to Sierra Leone. They went on a trip to Sierra Leone. And because he had to justify what he was going to give the guy, the money. So he actually gave him some money. It's a trip. They went on this government trip to Sierra Leone, and they met the head of the Sierra Leone's anti-corruption commission there, brother. I call him brother because I'm in touch with him. He's a nice guy. We're friends on Facebook, and we chat from time to time. The head of the anti-corruption commission of Sierra Leone, and brother Ben Kaifala, Francis. He's a good guy, doing good stuff in Sierra Leone, going after people. Do you know this guy has, they've pursued a lot of people in court in Sierra Leone, former officials of the government. People have been convicted. They've done restitution. They've been able to recover stolen money. He's doing a great job. Several convictions under his belt. And Kanye got up, and when he was acting chairperson of the LACC, he took a delegation to Sierra Leone and talking about they want to see how the guys in Sierra Leone are fighting corruption. Absolute nonsense. Waste of government money, boy. Can you tell me one person the LACC has convicted for corruption under George Weah, boy? Name one.
Not yet.
Zero. One person. This government has not convicted one person. No, forget convicted. I'm taking it too far. They have not prosecuted one person. Name one person, Wakai, that this government has taken to court for corruption.
None.
Exactly. None. Zero. None. You remember the last time they brought in that guy, Herbert McCauley, the criminal NTA boss?
Yeah.
Whatever came of it, Baga, it was a stunt.
Nothing.
It was
Absolutely.
a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
It was a complete waste of our time. They did that whole thing where they brought him in, they had cameras, and they were showing the whole thing, and you all were looking at it, and you were thinking, damn it. What? Herbert McCauley is going down. Nothing happened. They let him go. This government is terrible. In 3.5 years, one minister has been removed from their position. Everybody who is on board with this government will stay on board until elections come, and will beat them. And God forbid, were they able to win, they would continue. Miguel and Tue will not leave their positions. Koji and the rest of the other people will not leave their positions. So, to those of you who might be thinking when the elections come, oh, let's go and join the CDC, and if we help them and they win, they're gonna give us jobs in the government. You're wasting your time. Joey had told you that as a coach, he believes that once the team is doing well, he will not change the players. He said that before, Baka. He said, according to George Weah, the government is doing very, very well. The government is doing very well. The economy is great. People are doing fine. Baka and Henry Costa and all the other people who criticize the government were all jokers because the government is doing a great job. So he's not going to change his people. I mean, we have this situation where George Weah lives in a freaking bubble. He doesn't know what's happening. The man is living on a different planet. He's disconnected. He's grown to be very insensitive and arrogant and conceited. And they don't care. I mean, no matter what you say to these guys, they're not going to listen to you. We can have another by-election now and we'll whip them again. They will still not listen. They keep saying to themselves, 2023, they will win. By what means, they can't say, but they believe that they will win.
Yeah, I was in conversation with a sedition the day before yesterday, and the person was trying to convince me how they will win the election, the upcoming election in Liberia. the person was like, Bwaka, do you know that the government have control over everything in Liberia? Do you know that Mr. Weah, if Mr. Weah won the upcoming election, he can win the upcoming election? So I was like, how can you convince me if the Liberian people are the one that having the power to go and vote? So how can you convince me that if Mr. Weah won the election, he can have the election all by himself? So he was like, Bwakai, you can compare the senatorial election to the presidency election. I was like, what do you mean? He said, when the ballot box leave from Kolahun to Vonjama or from Masambulahun to Kolahun before reaching Vonjama, then there have been something play with there. Something have been tampered with. He said when, he started to outline some stuff, how they probably may do some vote rigging, playing with, tampering with the results and doing a lot of things. I was like, is that what you guys depending on? Is that what you guys depending on? Because we'll have international community, we'll have the media, we'll have people all around that will be monitoring the process.
It's not going to happen, Barbara. Let me just say it. They're not going to be able to cheat. They're not going to be able to cheat because let me tell you something. When elections happen, the likes of us, Henry Costa in particular, we're not going to sit down and even wait for anybody to tell us what to do. If we suspect any foul play, we will take action. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to wait for anybody to tell us. The international community knows that. They're very interested in these elections that are coming, the presidential, because the peace of the country hinges on that. There is no way. I trust they're Liberian people. I know how they're going to vote. They're going to vote based on how they're feeling today. They're catching hell. Things are bad. The economy is terrible. We will not fix the economy in the next 3 years. And there is no way CDC can win an election. So they're not going to do it. They wanted to rig the 2020 Senate elections. They did want to do that, particularly Montserrat County and Grand Bassa. They wanted to cheat Yombly. They wanted to cheat Dillon. We preempted them. You remember Mike Jabateto was the other day when we had him on the show? Yeah. He said they wanted to cheat. But George Weah knew that to do so would have been catastrophic because our people had been mobilized. We were going to get on the streets and we're not going to leave until maybe George Weah leaves. So the CDC folks will have themselves to blame if they attempt to cheat because we're not going to accept it. Look, you don't want to sit down there and let these Salmon swine stay in power for another 6 years. We're not going to do that. Now, I'm not going to listen to Bernard Uri or Joe Bwaka tell me what to do when it comes to that point because it will not be about them. It will be about my future, our future. So why, even if they're thinking about being generous and being diplomatic, I'm not going to be diplomatic and generous. We're going to lead men and women onto the streets to bring the government down through non-stop protest. Whatever happens, we'll be on there. Look, you don't want to say that for 6 more years? We're not going to do that. Well, let me tell you something. If George Weah were to ever find a way to try to steal his way to stay in power beyond 2023, this guy, they will do worse. They will do worse than what they're doing today. That's what they will do. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We will fight. We will fight. And the good thing is, the international people know that the elections are extremely important. McGill then reached out. To where? After the results? Now, McGill and I are not talking, but he reached out to a friend to pass the message on to us. Or the president told us, no, nobody should test the result. We are told them. We are stupid. We all know he is. But he told them, look, my man, we lost. Nobody must tamper with the results. Announce the results as they are. And that's what they did. And they better do the same thing in 2023. Because we're not going to sit down and listen to any paper to tell what to do. We will get on the streets. We will lead our people. Thank God we get people that listen to us. Thank God we are leaders in our own right. In every sense of the word, people listen to us. We lead people into action. You know one thing I know too? Election time, we already know how to mobilize people to get on the streets. Election time is easier. During an election, okay, do you know why most elections, especially problematic elections in Africa, can lead to massive protests and people getting, you saw what happened in Guinea, you saw what happened in the Ivory Coast. Don't mess around with elections, okay? Because guess what? The people who might not naturally, ordinarily go to a protest, participate in a protest, can come out during election time to protest, okay?
Yeah.
There are some people who are just saying, you know what? No problem. They can do all they're doing now, but 2023 will vote them out. Now, those people are counting the days and the months and the years to vote you out of office. And then when they go, they vote you out, and then you try to manipulate the process to undercut their votes to keep yourself in power. They're not going to accept that, boy. I'm sorry. They're not going to accept that. They're not going to accept for you to twist their will and try to impose yourself on them. So there are people who don't protest. They don't go to any kind of protest. However peaceful, however noble their objective, they don't go to protest. But when elections happen, the mood, the tension in the country is completely different. But you saw the thing. The December 2020 Senate elections.
Yeah.
The people were on edge. They were just waiting. We were just waiting for those Salama swine to try to see the elections. And Georgia is a punk. Georgia damn scared of chicken. That bugger is scared. You remember when Georgia went to the chat out there and told the person when we're doing the December protest, you remember? The protest that was supposed to be December 30th, which eventually took place on January 6th. When he went to the chat and told the person, a report bring trouble, me and my minister then will do what? What did he say about that? You recall? He said we will run away.
We'll run away. Yeah, we'll leave.
That's what Jawia said. Jawia said, we will run away. We will leave here and go. Yes, we will run away. Now what Jawia said? He said we'll run away. The president of the republic goes to a church because we're playing a protest. We're not bringing war. We weren't coming from Buto. So we went to the church and said, oh, and you're supporting the protest? You're going to be supporting that? You ain't nowhere to go. But trust me, when Costa then bring that protest and trouble kind of come, me and my minister will run away. The president tell the people say he will run away. The man scared like chicken. The bugger scared. The son of my son, he's scared. When I arrived in Liberia on December 19, where did Georgia go to hide? He said, bugger.
The man went to the barrack.
Thank you. The day I arrived in Liberia on December 19, that historic day, where thousands and thousands of people lined up the streets, all the way from RRA. But you remember how many hours it took off from the airport to Monrovia to Bamuma House? 6 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That commute, that drive from RRA to Monrovia is about an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It took us 6 hours and 30 minutes from RRA to Monrovia. People were lined up in the towns and villages along the airport, waving palm branches, women putting their lapas down. Joia went to hide himself at the shuffling barracks, what we call now Camp Kesali. The president went to hide himself in the barracks. He stayed in the barracks until we entered. We went to Vamuma. That guy did not come out. The bugger is scared.
Yeah, but now he's not in Gurapo with the chief.
The next time I come into the country, I don't know where he will go.
Because here the man in Gurapo again.
You mean the Minister of Defense?
Yeah.
The guy I can't understand. You're not in good rapport with the president. You can resign. Resign. Yeah, resign. Just leave the job. You forced to be there. Resign.
But the Costa, the minute saying that they are working up things from the just ended election. They have sent Nathaniel McGill in Bong County, Bong and Nimba. He's a son in Bong and Nimba to make sure that Bong and Nimba is under the control of CDC. Then Jefferson Koji take Monserrado and Lofa. Jefferson Koji take Monserrado. Then Thomas Fala take Lofa.
Ah, so how they divide themselves up?
Yeah, that's how it's going on now. Thomas Fala is in Lofa. Jefferson Koji is in Monserrado.
Then McGill takes, but what is it into it with a B mod? That's Sanama Swan. Now we hear what is in.
No, I don't know to Kante yet. We can't see him going to any place yet. He just stay in Monserrado. So I can tell you where tour is. But
you know what they get sent to anywhere the campaign? So they can spoil it. You remember during the Senate election tour when they go campaign, so he's talking nonsense.
Claratan.
Yeah. We can talk nonsense. So they get to nowhere. But you're right. That's their strategy.
Yeah.
You see, McGill has been going to Bon County quite a lot. Doing the scholarship thing there, all kind of thing. The other day he was in Bon County again. Then you see, he can go there on Bapolo County.
No.
He said they put on laying there, the Poke part, Bapolo Poke part. That his part was a bad man. Tamafala and Koji been focusing on Lofa.
Lofa.
Yeah. Okay, then now who on Monserrado and now who taking care of Monserrado?
Koji is
the PP Park Guji Clan Mayor.
Yeah, he's in Monserrado.
Oh, that area.
But Thomas Fala is Halle in Lofa. He's the one.
But you're telling me I've been seeing the stuff, but they've been going Lofa. Look, you know what I don't understand? The guys are stupid. Look, it is not these things that win an election when you are in power. When you're in office, they're not campaign can win election for you. That they work, the good work you do, that they want the people can look at and say, okay, they may do good job. Let gain says more yelling, do more good job. Ellen Johnson said, say what you made about her, and you all know I can't stay in the ground she walks on. But in the first 6 years in office, you saw what Ellen did. She made some good progress. Even after all the progress she made, I was in the CDC. I was political aide to Ambassador Winston Tubman, then Senator Bearer of the CDC. I know we were broke like church house rat. We went a broke CDC against the mighty Ellen Johnson Sirleaf political machinery. After 6 years in power, well-resourced, all the money they had. Why? Ellen could not beat us outright in the first round. Ellen had to go to the second round before she won the election, in which we didn't participate in the second round. I'm saying this to say, with all the good stuff Ellen did in the first 6 years, the Liberian people did not vote for Ellen outright. People say, oh, Ellen rigged the election. I mean, who rigged an election for themselves and now win it outright? Why? You need $10 and you go steal. You will steal $8.
Exactly $10.
You will not take $10 you need. So Ellen did not win. She did not win. Ellen got 44%. That thing hurt that woman. That day I listened to her on the BBC after the Elections Commission announced the final results of the first round in 2011. Jonathan Pelele asked her, but Madam President, you ran a very tough campaign. You talk about all the things you did. Why do you think you didn't win outright? It was so embarrassing for an incumbent to be in office, and then she can't win. You know what she said? She said, I don't know. You know, we need to go back to our people. She sounded very distraught, very frustrated. If Ellen did not win first round, she got 44%. CDC, we got, what did we get? I believe we got 38% or something like that. No, 32%. That's what we got. We got 32%. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did not make it. She had to go to the second round, which we didn't participate in. But the point I'm trying to say is that all the stuff she did, she could. You think to win 50% plus one vote as a government empowered a small team, boy guy?
You know,
it's hard, boy guy.
Yeah.
You have a problem where, and I keep telling you all, the CDC didn't win because Joe Weah was popular, because citizens are not enough to make Weah president. It was other Liberians from other political parties who decided we're not going to vote for Joe Bogai. We're tired of Unity Party. They are the ones. If we accept the results as they are, but we know they played, something happened somewhere. We all know that. But the point I'm trying to make is that Joe Weah cannot win. There is no pathway for Mr. Weah to get re-elected. There is no pathway, Bogai. And the reason is simple. You didn't win the last time because you're popular. The only person who won election first round, like bro, in recent time, that Charles Gange Taylor, over 75% of the votes. They can say, Joe, we are popular. You popular, you can't get more than 30% of the votes. Eh? You popular. Yes, but popularity is relative. I agree. But not popular to the extent where he can come with boom and win first round. You have a problem where you have a lot of despondent people that Lolai Kamara, lots of citizens who have left you, people who campaign for you, like Momo Johnson and Poka Rabba and all those people that will not vote for you again. How can you make it? People suffering like that, you think they're going to go put you in power again? Let me tell you something. The harder is good. You know why? Good guy. When the people then suffering, election time comes, when they go vote, they will be voting based on the price of rest. They will be voting based on the price of candle, based on the price of mosquito coil, based on the price of carpet, based on the price of the cup of gari, based on the price of how the donut looking, the fanti bread, the size of the fanti bread. Liberian people vote on the basis of their essentials. They don't vote on how much for used car. They don't vote how much for plane ticket to go to Ghana. They don't vote for that kind of thing because they not get car. They don't fly to Ghana.
Okay.
They don't care.
Of course, I want to come in. Yesterday, was it yesterday? You and I were on the show. You said when I talk about the ups and downs in the CPP, you were like, from now to election, once the CPP hold together, like Brempo, not think about what happened. But then they have forgotten all of the hauling and putting that happened within the CDC.
That's true. Because by that time, long before that time, when I feel the halahala.
All right. By that time, you don't face the halahala. You said that like people quick to forget, right? That was what you said. Now, my point is that in very soon we'll be changing the currency, we'll be printing new money, we'll be doing some changes in our currency. And the government will be the one responsible for that. Mr. Weah, the cash will be in Mr. Weah hand, it will be Samuel Tua hand, it will be other people's hands that they can move around, they can spend some cash to get the votes. Don't you think they see Liberian people will like forget about what happened then and focus on now?
Okay.
Even
So am I understanding you to say that the people suffering so it will just disappear? But magic, one lie, look, the harder you see will only get worse. Let's look at the numbers. The economy, saying we are getting the power. How has it been going? In what order has it been going up or it's been going down?
Downturn.
Thank you. So there is a consistent downward spiral. The economy is worsening. Inflation is the enemy of the poor man. Okay. Inflation means the money you get in your pocket, and you used to spend $14 to buy one bag of red. Now the one bag of red bread going out to $15 or to $16 or $17.
$17.
You're spending more money to buy one bag of red. That means you got less money left. So inflation is the enemy of the poor man. Inflation, the poor man hate inflation because you're not getting plenty money to spend. The man will get money. If red bread go up by $2, you think that money for him? That's not money for him. So, brother, the inflation, the hardship, and not going away. Printing money. If you print plenty of money, you go wasting the thing. You know what you will cost? You will cost further devaluation of the Liberian dollar. the value of the money will drop. Anything you put plenty money also, the value will drop. When the value drop, what thing happen? The money not worth much again. You will turn to Zimbabwe or to Venezuela. Begin, you don't want to know. You put plenty of money also. We'll take our guest shortly. But I just want to finish up on this note. You put plenty of money also, you will cause serious trouble, serious hala in the economy. So that thing you're talking there, they will go print money, yeah, they will print billions of library, then they will waste it in the market. You will do what? You waste that money also, begin. That money will lawyer paper. The old man they will be wrapping bony inside. When you go buy bony to water side market, they will take it to wrap bony. Zimbabwe, the boys will use the money to wrap. You go buy Rosa Cassava, they will take the fat to be wrapping it inside and give it to you. Try that thing. Look, so we are not get no way out. The economy will not improve. No investor coming, no jobs in the country. You print plenty of money, you won't waste it during campaign time, you spoil it, you spoil the money. When you then the thing you're trying to do now, you say, oh, I want to make money float. Money float? What? You make money float, the money loses the value, you're in trouble. So, Baga, when you're talking, it cannot work. Devaluation of the money. When the money loses further value, that means the money in the people's hand, they can't buy much with aid. That's what happens, Baga.
Okay.
So they can't do it. So what will they do? What could the government possibly do? I will not tell them. In fact, I will say, but they will not do it. Saying you can't face the economy, and this is the last thing I'll say before we bring in the president of UNIBWA, Mr. Ishmael Trokan-Johnson. Since you can't face the economy, same time will be hard. The people will be there with you. In 2.5 years, you can't face the economy. No way. We got 26 months before election. 24. From now that 2025, today September 1st, that 25 months left. Say you can face the economy to make things better for the people. You can't make it because the time finished. What you could do, I call it political appeasement. Listen to me, but they will not do it. Political appeasement. You do some dramatic political thing here. You grab my man, you not eat plenty. So you gotta go sit down now. You grab 12. You fire them, you fire McGill. Yeah, you say, my man, the president fired, and you change the cabinet. You start grabbing all the other men and you put them in jail. I don't even put the big men in jail, but you can start grabbing and putting them in jail, doing the one. You start, they call it political appeasement. You're distracting the people because the people, they're suffering, they're getting help. But you start finding ways to distract them by doing dramatic political moves. But guess what? This Salaman so and will not do it begin. They will be enjoying it. Yeah, there was 11 now will win, man. So that begin. That Mazalene. Thank you, representative from where's you from? That from your country, Lova?
Whom?
Now representative man from that your country she was from what?
No.
The woman who said that Mazalene. That got business. So, all right, folks. We'll leave the politics there. Of course, we are going to politics still, but organizational politics. We now have with us the president, the national president of the United Bassa Association in the Americas, UNIBWA for short, Mr. Ishmael Trokan-Johnson. Mr. Johnson, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Costa, and good morning, Bwaka, and many listeners. It's good to have me, sir.
Yeah, we're very glad to have you, UNIBWA. Now, for those of you who do not know, UNIBWA, as I said earlier before Mr. Johnson came on, is the largest Bassa association or organization in the Americas. I think that includes Canada and all over these United States. They have chapters in the population hotspots across the United States. And they do all kinds of amazing stuff back home. And it's a big deal to be president of this organization. I've had the privilege to attend at least one of their inaugural events. And it was a big deal. And so Mr. Ishmael Trokan-Johnson is the head of that. So this is like the premier Bassa Association in the Americas, and they're having their convention this weekend in Atlanta, Georgia, and so they're all going down there. And Mr. Truckin Johnson is running for re-election as president of the association. So we decided to invite Mr. Johnson to talk about what he's accomplished in his first term, and he's running for his second term. That's why we invited him. Mr. Johnson, first of all, we want to begin with the convention first. So let's talk about the upcoming convention, which begins this weekend in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, Mr. Costa, the event will start at on Friday. We'll have meet and greet. Then Saturday will be the business section. In our business section will be the elections. In the nighttime, we'll have the social night where we'll have the Queen contest and other major activities. I mean, just fun. And then Sunday we'll have the banquet. Okay, the banquet. Then Monday we have the cookout, and delegates start coming back to their individual state. But what makes this year convention very important is the 30th anniversary of UNABOR. 30 years, of existence. So UNABOR have been around for 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very, very good. So it's going to be a whole weekend of activities.
Yeah.
You're expecting how many chapters are going to be there to participate?
Well, the union composition of the union is about 15 chapters, preferably 13 or 14 of the chapters would be in Atlanta, Georgia. It's actually going to be in Lawrenceville. It's a town.
I was going to ask you where.
Yeah, Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Is where they have the largest Liberian community.
Yeah. Yes.
Fantastic. In Lawrenceville, Georgia. Oh, all right, great. So you can provide some details, some other people there who want to attend, like the address of the event center, the hall, or whatever. So let's come to you now. When were you elected president of the organization?
So, Henry, that's a good question. I was elected 2019 in Detroit, Michigan. It was our convention in September in Detroit. The next year, which was in 2020, March, we have our Electoral program. After the Electoral program, our opportunity to go to Liberia to do a walkthrough and do an assessment. Like any leader comes into leadership, do assessment of past leader activities, and create an avenue where your vision can be actually put to fruition. So I did that assessment. But when I got stuck in Liberia, basically, during the height of the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a tough thing for me, but we survived it, and then we came back to the States. But with all the chapters, all county organizations went, on a little break because of the coronavirus. Our administration did not go to sleep. You understand? We did not go to sleep. But there are a lot of things in 1 year time. If I may just go forward there, Henry.
Sure, we want to know what you did and why you're running again.
Okay, so we went there. First of all, our administration at the time look at the fact that people could not go anywhere. So what we did was we organized something called COVID relief drive, where we raised funds. We raised about $3,500 for from the organization, and then we asked our board to approve additional $1,500. So we're a $5,000 project. So 70% of our project money went to Liberia, and 15% was in America. So what did we do? We did it in the 4 Bassa counties: Grand Bassa, Montserrat, Marquis, and Riverside. So what we did first was we some of our members that couldn't just leave from the houses. Okay, we sent $100 each to chapters around the U.S. So at least members can just get one or two $50 each to help the members. So each chapter got $100. So we went in Liberia. The Christian School of the Blind in Montserrat County we gave 26 bags of rice with 50 pieces of masks. Then we went to C.H. Winning Hospital in Marquis County. We gave 45 bags of rice, 50 pieces of masks. Then went to Grand Bassa, the Buchanan Hospital in Grand Bassa County. We did 51 bags of rice with 50 pieces of masks. Then the St. Francis Hospital in Riverside County, where we did 60 bags of rice. We divided it with our project in K-Yard District, Gita Town. There what we did 60 bags of rice. The two facilities, divided the food, and then there's 60 pieces of mask again too. So I mean, we did a lot of work during the COVID time, just in 1 year time. Okay, but then when it came to September last year, but at that time nobody could go anywhere, Henry. So what they organized the leadership conference. In our leadership conference, we did a lot of things too. We had a Queen contest there. We had people doing a presentation. It was a big program where all the chapter participated. So what they in that program, we raised little over $5,000 in just that same time. So those are all good things we did while we were there for, I guess, only 1 year, because COVID could not give us the time to do any function we didn't have for General Assembly last year. So it was just, being very, very instrumental, creating the avenue to really keep our organization afloat.
Yes. Most organizations, well-meaning organizations, everyone got distracted by COVID, and they had to redirect their focus and their attention, put everything down, and to help with the fight against COVID. So I'm glad your leadership, your administration did something like that to make an intervention. That was very, very good. So COVID, God willing, will be behind us soon. So now you're running for your second term. What message are you taking to the delegates that are coming from 13 chapters across the U.S.? Why should they re-elect you to a second term in office as president of Unibois?
That's a good question, Henry. Thank you very much for that question. I mean, for me, I'm a practical leader. I'm a hands-on kind of guy. Okay, I see it now. I want to get it done. The simple message is, re-elect me, the Bassa people, because if I kept the organization together and kept the finances in tight, and I did it during the COVID time where nobody could do anything, I'm seeking re-election because I got bigger things to do. Then somebody asks, what do you intend doing? Henry, often platforms are very bulky, with various, informations. But we have 8 plaques on our platform. But if I started reading today, we would not leave from your show. But I just there's 3 major things that I think on day one we'll make sure we get things on the way. Number 1, Pedro, Unibois is not as an NGO, as an organization in America. It's not registered as an international NGO. So I want to get the one to have Unibois registered in Liberia as an international NGO. Number 2, when I went to Liberia, there was nowhere that you could identify as Unibois office or headquarters, whatever. So the second thing I'll do is to make sure we construct a building in Liberia that we consider Unibois facility. And this building will have it will be like a major resource center, okay, where you have everything in there. You have a clinic, you have youth programs. I mean, you have like an online library, and especially we'll have programs in there for women empowerment. Because there's nothing that we can do if we will not empower women, especially in the youth too in Liberia. Mm-hmm. So the second thing. The third thing is that Unibois is in America. Unibois does not have a home office in America. So the third major thing is for Unibois to secure a property in America. So have an identity. Because now, I'm the president for Unibois now. My home address is Unibois address. So, for instance, Henry become the next president. Your office, your address will be the Unibois office. But you can only be identified as a viable organization if you have somewhere that can identify you as an address. So those are 3 major things on day one. Going to utilize those ideas to make sure Unibois take another step after 30 years. So with those things in mind, Henry, I think I'm the best choice to get re-elected because we need to move our organization forward.
Well, the thing with being the incumbent is that you naturally have an advantage. You were elected by the people. It is likely based on what you've already done, which was a good thing, considering COVID and all. COVID, as I said, it was a major distraction. But you roll up your sleeves, and you and your organization raise money and intervene, and so you can go back and make a case. Now, do you have opponents? Are there people running against you?
Yes, I have an opponent, having to be the former vice president for the organization, the group that withdrew for the election prior to the convention last year. So that team had a vice president who was running against me.
Okay. Well, as I said, you're in a good spot from what I've heard. And a good people person. That's very important in any organization. And no matter how much you accomplish in terms of tangibles, you have to be relatable. And from what I've heard, you get along very well with your people. You're a good leader in that sense. So I'm rooting for you all the best. And I've attended one of Unimboa's inaugural events. I look forward to attending another one with you being installed in your second term. So the tenure is what, 2 years, right?
Yes, 2 years. But if you look at it, practice, I did only 1 year.
Yeah, because you just had an election in 2019.
2019, yeah.
And now you're going for another election. All right, that's very, very good. So this event, you're expecting approximately how many people are coming from all over the U.S.?
Preferably, we did 200 to 250 people will be expecting.
That's the number I had somewhere in my head. Wow,
so it's going to be a great event. Yep.
That's a very good number of people. Yes, that's a very good number of people. And so yes, so can other members of the Liberian community there, if they want to, come and witness the event, or is this just exclusive to Unimboa members?
No, it's an open event. And the good thing is that the composition of Unimboa does not limit one to be only a Bassa citizen. You can be members by birth, by affiliation, by marriage. So I mean, it's an open organization, and then the event is also very, very open that people can come in and participate.
That's very good. Somebody wants to know what is the relationship like with the local authorities in Grand Bassa? Of course, Unimboa, does work in the 4 Bassa counties. The thing with Bassa people, like the Pellet people like us, we're the largest tribe, and the Bassa people are the second largest tribe. And the Bassa people are not just, they are not, restricted to one county. They're in several counties: Grand Bassa, Riverside County, Margibi County, and rural Montserrado. All those places in rural Montserrado, just like the Pele and the Bassa, they settle in rural Montserrado. But Grand Bassa is the largest Bassa county. Somebody wants to know what's the level of your engagement in terms of organizational engagement with those counties, particularly Grand Bassa, the authorities.
Yeah. So what happened is I have pretty much good relationship with authorities in Grand Bassa County, like the senators and the superintendent. Matter of fact, the superintendent was expected here. Janji Biakwe is a good friend of mine. When I got there last year, matter of fact, he's even working his way for us to even secure 2 acres of land, which is in process right now in Grand Bassa County. And those are things, and we have students even at the community college in Grand Bassa County as well. So those are things we do in this county. And in Riverside, we have this clinic, the halfway house in Riverside County. The only engagement, but previous administrators have had several engagement in Margibi and other places, but this administration have not, that in those areas yet, but those are things that we willing to do. Matter of fact, when I went in Liberia, the assessment was actually intended to gather information from all of the various counties, but we're talking about getting students in the Booker Washington Institute, getting teachers from KR, TDR, come back to Monrovia to restructure the entire scholarship program at the University of Liberia, the AMEU, and other places. So those are things that we're doing, and then upon our second term, we engage county officials, especially when we're trying to erect a building in a Grand Bassa County, which will really help our people.
Fantastic. Mr. Ishmael Trocon Johnson, President of the United Bassa Association or Organization of the UNIBWA. Why does it always confuse me? United Bassa Organization in the America.
Yeah, in Bassa it said UNIBWA. That means the child have grown.
Okay, UNIBWA. I like that. The way you got it organized there, then the acronym means that in Bassa. Okay, so as I said, I wish you best of luck on your re-election effort and a great convention and the observance and celebration of your 30th anniversary. That would be would it be Silver Jubilee or something? I believe so. Silver Jubilee.
Yeah, the one make it very unique, sir.
Yeah, 30 years of existence. That's incredible. So we look forward to the inauguration. It's a traditional thing, right? Every convention there's an inauguration, right?
Yeah, so after the convention within 3 months period, only with this any major circumstance, if there's anything that would stop that. But like when I was elected in 2019, we have our inauguration in Philadelphia in March. And we raised a lot of money during that time. So March is one of the times set for our inaugural program because it coincides with our board meeting. So instead of having people going back and forth, a board meeting in the morning and then an inaugural program in the evening.
It makes sense. People are busy across the U.S. They're working. You want to allow for more time for people to prepare and attend. And you want to also use that program to raise funds. So it does make a lot of sense, especially with the bold platform that you have, the great things you want to do. You have to raise money to be able to do those things. So yeah, it makes sense. I look forward to an invitation to attend the inaugural event. So as I say, I wish you best of luck, safe travels to and from Atlanta, Georgia, and we'll look forward to hearing from you after the convention. Hopefully on your successful re-election. All the best, my friend.
Yeah, thank you, Henry, and then thank you for having me again. Thank you, Baka, and your many listeners. It's a pleasure to be on your show today. I look forward for future, engagement with you, to help our people back home with your major platform.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ishmael Trocon Johnson, there, President of UNIBWA, the United Bassa Organization in the Americas. Let's go to the lines. Let's take some calls, Baka. Let's take some calls there before we go.
All right, 0770-102-102-086, 010383 102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 624-171. Those are the numbers that you can call and be live on the show. The government library indicted 3 employees of the Liberian Institute of Public Administration over allegation of corruption. Yeah, 3
Lipa.
Lipa. According to them, the 3 reportedly transferred 185,000 into a bogus account.
But what will happen? Okay. Nothing will come of it. I mean, the people are brave. Okay, they are becoming brave.
Sure.
185,000, but why wouldn't they be brave when they see their big bosses are stealing the country blind and going free, and so you think the people are emboldened. That's the word.
Yeah.
They're emboldened by the bravery of their bosses. They go scot free. They do all the 185,000. And I know money, man. It's like chicken change. Well, I'm being sarcastic, of course, but it's a lot of money. But the fact that a few employees from Lipa can steal that kind of money.
Yeah.
The other day, didn't we hear lots of money and scratch cards were stolen at what the place name? Legis?
Yeah, Legis.
They arrested some people. They broke into the vault. They stole the scratch card. They stole the money. But why do you think those people feel brave enough to do that sort of thing?
Because their bosses are doing it.
Because their bosses are doing it and they're going scot-free. That is
Yeah.
exactly why people are doing it. Auntie Rachel Jones, I want to say happy birthday to you. I wish you all the best. Today's your birthday. May God grant you many, many more years to come and in good health and happiness.
All right.
Enjoy your day. So let's see what we got some calls there. We're gonna take some calls there.
Yeah, good morning. Your name, where you joining us from? Good morning. I don't know what's happening to your line. But you can call back 0770-102-102-86, 0103-83-0555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888-624171. Those are the numbers that you can call this morning and be a part of the show. Let me see if I can take this person here.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Is this the Costa Show?
This is the Costa Show. Your name, where you joining us from?
I'm Lawrence Clark, and I'm calling from Nepal. I just listened to you, but and then it takes me behind doing a common father election. And you're talking about money. You saw how common father pushed money in Bolsonaro. Yes, people were taking it, people were doing false inductment, self-inductment. So what happened? I know the government strategy, they are waiting close to the election to bring people money. That is true. And you know, these guys, they don't have no plan. So, like my poster said, they're going to defeat themselves, people will come and take their money and they will go. The reality is, local economy will talk for itself. Local. Nobody has to look the pain and one of you. When I'm going to the bank, I will never come to the bank when I'm going to the bank, but I'm doing about one capital account. The current can detect the repressive reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much from Nepal calling us.
Where did he call from?
Nepal.
Woo! That's where they have the tallest mountain in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mount Everest.
So, yeah, the phone lines are open. We still anticipate your calls. Keep them coming in this morning. And you will be live with us this morning. Wherever you are, just call 0770-102-102-86 0103-83-555-102-102 are the numbers that you can call. And let me see if I can. Okay, that person will just mess up on our caller. So, yeah, there is no call yet. We stay
waiting. We have 3 to 4 minutes to go. So let's see what we can pick 1 or 2 there. So I hear the Lone Star is off to Nigeria. They're gonna play a game there.
Yeah, on the 3rd.
And they play against Nigeria.
Yeah, they play against Nigeria, and after that they will be playing in Cameroon.
We're supposed to win. We're supposed to win. Are we supposed to win this game?
Yeah, we are supposed to win. We're supposed to win our matches to qualify us for the.
Okay. I think we're going to get Nigeria points. So your man, well, you saw begin James. Your man James.
Yeah, when the man come back again, I'm smooth day, man.
The man will step on you. The man will bounce on your body. The man will in the plane, my man. The man to it pick up. The man will tell you, boss man, stand up. Well, that's what thank you, my man, for making him trouble for the first time in airplane.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Boakai.
Yes, sir. Your name
and I want to say, this is Stevie Bablo, and I call from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, and also good morning to Heron Costa. I want to speak on the national president of UNY comment he just made for our upcoming convention. First of all, I must commend him for upholding the organization throughout the COVID-19. We know that the COVID-19 impacted a lot of organizations, especially community and county organizations here in the U.S. But he held the organization together, and tomorrow or this weekend we are going for national convention. That's a very unique thing of a person who is heading organization in America, especially this time. I mean, I also want to speak to his re-election. He has done extremely well for this organization, owing to the fact that COVID impacted his leadership. He was not able to accomplish all of what he should have done. Owing to the fact that even family who had vacation plan and other things were not able to achieve some of the things, it makes him still in the right position to be re-elected as the president of this union. Okay. I know his detractor and his opponents are using the COVID-19 against him, but hey, they themselves were impacted, but they just don't want to acknowledge that he has had hands-on this organization. Okay. So I want to encourage all of our people in Atlanta, Georgia, that and those that are going, that Mr. Ishmael Chokun Johnson is the right candidate to be re-elected as the president for this organization, owing to the fact that his opponent withdrew from the election of 2019, and he stayed away from the organization for almost 2 years. Okay. And just this year, he's coming back and seeking the election. So let us resist his opponent and re-elect Chokun Ishmael Johnson. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for making your contribution on the show this morning.
All right. The rice business is serious. We haven't heard anything from the government. The price of rice is still up. It's still high.
Yeah.
You know, from $13.50 to now $17. What is the government saying, black guy?
Nothing.
They haven't said a word.
They haven't said a word yet. Don't take this other person here. Good morning. Your name, where are you calling us from?
This Pastor Charles Aku. I'm calling from New Jersey. I just want to speak to us on something we most times say, and I want to remind us from the Bible. Henry, I want to give it to Henry and the rest of us. Most time when things happen in our country, we can always say, nothing will come out of it. But in the book of Proverbs, 18:21 says, "Let and death last on our tongue." And Henry, you are done well for Liberians, and you are done well for your country. And every bad things that going on in the country, it is not satisfactory to no Liberian or patriotic Liberian. So I want to just caution us and warn us from certain things like nothing will happen. People die in the country, and I hear Liberians and nothing will happen. But then when you look at the Bible, it says, "Let and death last on our tongue." We want for something to happen. We want for positivity to happen. We want for the wicked people to be being killed. We want for the wicked people to be destroyed. We want them to be arrested. So we should speak. But Bible says when we speak, that's what God does for us. Whatever we ask God in the book of Matthew, he said, "Ask and I shall do." So we said nothing will happen. That exactly what we did. So my people are bad. Let us say something will happen. No criminal will be killed. No criminal will be jailed. No criminal will be punished, and they will not go free. Thank you, Waka.
Thank you so much for making your contribution. Yeah. So we take.
I want to pay tribute to a young man. Samuel Tico Swa, a young, promising, very intelligent, very smart young man. He took ill a few months ago, or at least a few weeks ago. I saw his friends posting on Facebook that Samuel was ill, and they were all praying for him. Sending best wishes his way, and privately, I too was rooting for him. I was praying for him that he would pull through. Yesterday morning, to my shock and disgust, I read that Samuel lost the battle to his ailment. He died. Very sad. He was quite a lively chap. He and I went back to read some of our old exchanges in my on Facebook Messenger. And he was quite well known, quite outgoing, and very opinionated. He lived in Philadelphia, and it's just so sad. Samuel is no more. This life we live. You're here today. You have all your dreams. You go to school, you work hard, or whatever it is you do, and you look forward to your dreams and aspirations, all the plans you have for the future, boy. But sometimes all of those dreams, they just snuck out of you, just like that. Pop, you're gone. That's what death does. It's sad. It is extremely sad. There's a trend I've noticed, Boagai. A few weeks ago, literally every day, we heard at least one or two death news. News of the passing of this person, that person. Some of them well-known people. Somewhere. Because of COVID, some of them were COVID related. But it isn't as bad as it was a few weeks ago. It isn't as bad as it was a few weeks ago. A lot of people died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex Kashif Gale, Miss Helena Knockers. Is it Helena Knockers or Howard Knockers, right? The Knockers lady. Help me name them, okay? Some of the people we knew. Lots of people. Mr. D.U. Allen. A long list of people. A long list of people lost their lives. Hey, Jeff. Oh, they think we're doing. Some of our island was so good. We're so better than other people. In the end, Jeff, that kind of just tell you and carry you. I swear. It's sad, oh. It's very sad. And somebody just said we lost another Liberian, young Liberian, Abraham B. Owa, in a tragic motor accident in Philadelphia. I'm just hearing about that. My condolences to his family. Marie Martin Wiles. That's correct. We lost that lady too. Yeah. We lost a lot of people. A lot of people. I mean, those weeks and months we were losing people left and right. Social media was so depressing. Every day you wake up, you will see rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. Yeda Allison, yes. The golden voice. Yeda Ebony Allison of Unmill Radio. Oh my God. We lost people. We lost a lot of people. Death. Death. You know, I often say this. We're like on the battlefront, virtually. We're soldiers on the front line. And the bullets are flying left and right. And anybody can get shot or could get hit. But we go about feeling that somebody may get shot, of course. It's a very strong likelihood and possibility. But we say it will not be me until it is you. But sometimes, Wakai, some of the people that die, and the things that die from or die off, Emmanuel Booyah, Reverend Emmanuel Booyah, we also lost him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That man loved to talk. A historian. We lost Emmanuel Booyah. You know, I watched something. It was Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, the Chinese billionaire. Jack Ma said, when you die, people will mourn you for 2 or 3 days. They'll talk about you, they'll cry for you, and then they move on. That's very true. That's very true. Corey Trocon Hue, that's true. Another young man, very popular young man. We lost Corey. Talking. Sometimes when death hits home, it hits hard. So every day, folks, we ought to be grateful for the gift of life. We ought to be grateful for the gift of life. The life here that God gave us. Every day you see, say, God, thank you. God, thank you. Because other people are dying. Other people are dying. Every day. You're not better than those who are dying. You're not better than them. Yeah. You're not better than them. Thank you so much, folks. Have yourselves a blessed day. And we look forward to being back here tomorrow. Friday we'll be in Minnesota. Yeah, June's Blammo several months ago. That guy loved life. And he lived it so well. Mama Di Jakete. Yeah, just the other day I was thinking about him. Mama Di Fanta Solomani Jakete. We bring sense to the discourse.
Yeah.
The motherland will never fall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mama Di. Mama Di Jakete. My man, Dev that party, oh.
Yeah.
Dev that party. The PL just lost a member of theirs, Chalcetta Miller or something. Dev that party, oh. Dev that party. Be grateful for the gift of life. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Bye-bye, folks.
Okay.
John Busy. Yeah. Ambassador John Busy. I remember the old man. Oh, he loved life. And he lived it so well.